Ooh, we're back with my show on Facebook Live, Seeking Heatseekers. That's what I'm calling the show. What do you think?
That's good.
Seeking Heatseekers. You know, it's a nice thing where I'm finding out what the show is as we go. And so far, if you've never seen Seeking Heatseekers before, I bring in a friend, a comedian, improviser, to eat the world's hottest chip, the Carolina Reaper Madness from PAQUI, a company that is not paying me, but they are sending me.
They will soon.
We should hope so. We should hope that they will be paying me at some point.
Yeah.
Or just keep sending me the chips for now.
Why did they send you the chips again?
Good. You know, I don't know if we've ever said this. Sometimes just in my job as a journalist, companies will send me a lot of emails trying to get their products promoted. And a lot of the times it has to do with sports, because I write about the NFL.
Right.
And while this does not appear to have anything to do with sports, 2 NFL players are promoting it. So, like, we saw Greg Olsen and Travis Kelce eat the chip, and it was very hot. And so, because they were like, oh, well, you talk about it. I mean, it worked. It worked on me because I'm a heat seeker. So I said, I'd like to have these chips. They sent me a box. It looks like this.
Looks like Chuck is here.
A giant box full of these chips that are clearly being utilized as I've had, I think, 4 people come over, plus I've eaten a chip. So that's 5 chips in use. And today, eating the 6th chip, Martha Fearnley.
The devil's number.
Well, 1/3 of the devil's number, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm blowing it already.
Not blowing it already. It's fair. It's a fair connection to talk about the devil when you're talking about heat. I mean, we got the Grim Reaper right there on the front of the box.
Looks like a coffin.
Is the Grim Reaper specifically hell-related, or is it just death-related?
Ooh, good question. I don't know. I feel like he's like a shepherd, right?
Yeah.
He's like a farmer.
I feel like in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, the Grim Reaper comes and he played by Willem Dafoe.
That checks out.
No, not Willem Dafoe.
Oh.
It's a guy.
Who else could play the Grim Reaper?
Grim Reaper. Willem Dafoe would make a great Grim Reaper. Yeah. It was the guy who you probably haven't. Have you seen Die Hard 2, Die Harder?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I have not.
It's the villain in that. That's what we know. But Grim Reaper. So there's that. And then hell equals heat. Heat equals the Carolina Reaper madness. So I have in this show, it's called Seeking Heatseekers, people who are going to come in and eat the world's hottest chip, 1.9 million Scoville units in this chip. But sometimes it's not a heat seeker whatsoever. No. Martha, you do not like spicy foods.
I don't. I can't even handle mild spice.
You can't even handle mild spice.
Nope.
This is my favorite episode already. Because
I don't know what's going to happen to me.
You don't know what's going to happen to you. This chip is very spicy, obviously. But like, I appreciate you taking the plunge to find out what is going to happen to you. Can you talk to me a little bit about why?
Why?
Why do you think that today you want to seek that heat? And what do you think is going to happen?
I'm curious because I don't think I've ever, since I'm not a heat seeker, I've never had something that is like infamously spicy. Mostly it's an accident. It's upsetting. So I'm curious to see just like what the max is, you know? Can
you talk about what might be one of those accidents? Chuck
is very worried about
Chuck is worried, but man, keep telling everyone that we're about to see a non-heat seeker enter the heat zone like never before. I call it the heat zone. But talk to me about one of those accidents, or what's the spiciest thing you've ever eaten?
You know, just happens to me all the time. I'll go to a restaurant. I'll get, oh God, I remember actually this was embarrassing. I went to dinner with my ex-boyfriend's family, and the food I was eating was blatantly way too spicy for me. And everyone at the table could see me like crying, and I was trying to be cool about it because I felt embarrassed. I like didn't want them to send it back. Like I just didn't want to draw attention to myself, but I was. And then eventually his dad was like, I can't watch this anymore. Just get you something else. So that was cool, and that was at a restaurant that is not known for having spicy food. So
you felt, to be very polite, I'm just going to power through this.
Yes.
And the dad was like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
I'll get something else.
He was like, don't do this to yourself.
Yeah.
So.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from Los Angeles.
You're from LA.
Yeah.
So you're in your hometown right now.
Uh-huh.
What part of LA?
I'm from Hancock Park.
Hancock Park.
Yep.
The home of Will Smith's Hancock.
Yes, that's where that movie takes place.
And what are your favorite foods to eat?
Oh, just like bread and milk.
Things that are not spicy. Now, it's interesting that you mentioned milk because, I mean, the best thing to do, we saw Melissa Hyman come on the show yesterday. Check that episode out. Yeah, Chuck, entering the heat zone. That's when you get this chip in your mouth. Then you're in the heat zone for approximately 5 to 10 minutes.
That's a long time.
But she mentioned, and it's a common, thing to have milk while you're in the middle of the heat zone for relief.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's one of your favorite things to drink.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I told you I didn't have any.
And I don't have any either.
But you did bring, again, this is the second time someone has brought coffee, which is decidedly one of the worst things to have.
Why? Is it because it's acidic?
Yeah, and I think, I forget what the word is. Melissa talked about it's capsaicin or something like that. The chemical that makes it hurt so much. Water and stuff like that only sort of exacerbates it, while milk does give temporary relief. So instead, as Karen Silbert went into, we have this popsicle that does have some milk-based product in the middle. It's like a creamsicle.
Okay.
You thought it for a second that I was going to bite into it and milk would start shooting out.
Yeah, I did. I did think that, yeah.
But hey, look, best of all, when you win or when you get out of the heat zone, when you finish the chip, you get a bandana.
What?
Yeah. You don't get it yet. You can't have it yet. You got to get through the heat zone.
I'm never going to get this bandana.
You're definitely going to get it because I believe in you. Here is your 1.9 million Scoville unit.
What does that mean? I don't think that's a real term.
Scoville units are, and I should start doing more research on spice stuff so that I can be a better expert on the subject. But, a Scoville unit is just like a measurement, like the Richter scale of how spicy something is. In the sense of the Richter scale will tell you how shaky something is. This will tell you how spicy it is. So like a jalapeno might be like 10,000 Scoville units. This is 1.9 million.
I'm reading the back and it's literally saying don't eat it if you're pregnant.
Well, is that going to be an issue?
Scary.
No. Yeah. So you're going to be pregnant with spice here pretty soon. I can edit that out. JK, it's Facebook Live. So yeah, it's going to be spicy. I recommend also, I'm going to have to start telling people don't read the box because I've seen a lot of people psych themselves out a little bit it's like sort of you're standing on the edge of the cliff to jump into the water and you can't stand on the edge too long, you know. But this is going to be some deadly heat. So when you're in the middle of the spice zone, or the heat zone, sorry. Don't want to confuse those two because people at home are going, wait a minute, the spice zone, is that something else? No. When you're in the middle of the heat zone, we're going to be doing a new segment that I started yesterday with Melissa called One Word Monologues. I'm going to give you a one-word suggestion. You're going to think about whatever that word makes you think of. Tell a short story, monologue based on that word until you're out of the heat zone. And then it's when you've successfully completed the challenge.
What if I never leave the heat zone?
Then you're stuck in spicatory. But
nice.
That's it. And you will get out of the heat zone. Just go ahead and open up that casket because that is what that is.
Oh, why did I do this?
We've got an individually wrapped chip that says Fear the Reaper.
I have to say, it's a lot of wasteful packaging. Just a note.
It is, but they have
They're gonna pay you.
You could never put in that chip into a bag of chips because it's just too.
Is it like it's like the exponential property or whatever? It's like if they get too close to each other, they get more hot. Probably,
or it's just why would you want to eat more of one of these things? So they've gone. I don't think I don't know. Maybe when they do, but this is a special packaging. So I don't know if this is what they send to everyone that orders 10 of these chips, but it is excessive, especially this giant casket. I don't know what I'm going to do with it after everyone's completed the challenge.
This was good timing for Halloween.
Yes, good point.
Thank you.
This is good timing for Halloween. I'm gonna have to do a special Halloween episode on Tuesday.
Oh. What happens on a Halloween episode?
I just figured that. I mean, you suggested it, so this is I'm organically coming up with it right now. Mm-hmm. So we'll find out. But if you want to, go ahead and pop open that package.
No. I don't. Why did I?
The next question that everyone asks is, do I eat the whole chip at once?
No.
I don't think if you want to successfully get through the chip, I don't think it's a great idea to bite and then go through it and bite, because it's just going to be, but it's up to you. Everyone, this is also sort of an experiment. So
sorry, people are making me very scared.
Nobody's going to barf.
I might barf. Guys, I might barf.
There's not going to be any. Okay, well, if you
there
want,
might be a barf today. Stay tuned.
Good for ratings, I think. But the best part is you're not a heat seeker.
Nope.
So, and this is decidedly one of the most.
Everyone is crying.
So as soon as you pop that chip into your mouth, I'll first ask you how it feels, and then we'll get into some of these questions. Oh, going slow, I think, is a bad idea.
It's already too spicy.
Okay, we've taken the first tiny little bite. Just a baby bird bite, but it's still gonna be spicy. So, as a non-heat seeker, what are you feeling right now?
A lot of heat in my mouth, on my tongue. Just an adrenaline rush.
A little bit of an adrenaline rush. You know what you've done.
Yeah.
You still have 98% of the chip remaining.
Oh, that's not going to get eaten.
You're not going to eat the rest of this chip.
I can try, but.
I mean, to be fair, I think, you're still going to get hit with quite a bit of heat. So.
I'm feeling it now. It's happening. Okay.
If I feel that you're not crying and in a lot of pain, I am going to have to ask. I don't know if I've never been tasked with this situation of, do I give a bandana if someone doesn't eat the whole chip?
I don't need the bandana.
The one chip challenge. So while you're in the middle of the heat zone, your first one-word suggestion is transfer.
Transfer. Oh my God. Do not clear your throat when eating this chip. Transfer. Every word has gone from my brain.
And be careful.
Oh,
with
I'm
the
really
fingers
bad
and
at.
stuff.
Oh yeah, fuck my eyes.
Yeah, just keep those like things down.
I'm really bad at figuring out trains.
Okay.
I'm really bad at figuring out train schedules. I have been an hour late to dinners in New York because I get on the wrong train or I transfer at the wrong stop, and those trains, I feel like, are always running late. Yeah, but I kind of feel like if you fuck up public transport,
yeah,
it's like not as bad as being late when you're driving because you're not in control of the train.
Right.
You are in control of your car.
So how are you feeling so far?
I don't like it.
Now, just to be a reminder for the viewers out there, and I want to say also that this chip came pre-broken, so there wasn't a full chip in here somehow. I think there's still a corner in the package here. So this is really more like not even this. I would say a little bit, but anyway, that's fine because you weren't a heat seeker to begin with.
No.
So your next one-word suggestion is another tiny bite. That's great. You get through the one chip challenge. I don't think I've ever
be
been
here for 2 hours.
More, proud of someone, to face your fears.
Thank you.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Very proud.
Oh, means a lot.
Your next one we're suggesting is speech.
Speech. Speech. Oh, I was once, I ran for student council.
Okay.
In 7th grade. And I only won because I worked really hard on my speech. And I was like, I'm going to make this funny. I'm going to make it great. And then I did no work as soon as I will do it for these 9 people, Chuck.
That's the most live viewers I've ever had, by the way.
They're dropping now. It's 7. 8?
Yeah, it's going to keep going up, I feel like. With every bite, we get another viewer.
Will you stay if I eat more?
Tell her that you'll stay if you eat more. Yeah, back up to 8. So, nice. So this speech that you wrote, how was it?
It went down really well. I got it. I won. And then I did no work as soon as I got on that student council.
Yeah.
I did nothing.
I had a very similar experience in high school.
Really?
I did a freestyle rap for my speech.
That's cool.
And then after I won, the person who was junior class president, because I was junior class vice president, just basically only called the person that she wanted to win for like the meetings and stuff.
Oh no.
So like I did, and then but also at the same time I was like, fine, I just wanted to kind of win. I didn't necessarily. Here.
I'm losing my mind.
So. How are you feeling?
I feel crazy. This is too hot.
I'm
not gonna finish this.
I'll tell you this, and now I'm not gonna say that you have to finish it. But I think if you just ate that whole chip right now, you would just get through it.
Nope.
It wouldn't. I don't think it would increase. Your next one-word suggestion is dog.
I don't like dogs that much.
You don't like dogs. No. This is an unpopular opinion, which I can appreciate.
Yeah.
What do you not like about dogs?
It's like case-by-case basis. It's like people.
Yeah.
I have to wait. I have to see if I'm going to get along with them, if they're going to be, like, cool.
Uh-huh.
If they're going to be chill. Cats, immediately like. Immediately. Most of them. Has to be a really shitty cat for me to not get along with it.
Have you been in situations before where you had to frequently go to someone's house or be around someone who had a dog that you didn't like?
Oh, all my best friends growing up had dogs. So, but hey, you get along with them. It's like getting along with someone's parents, right?
Yeah, but people really don't like it when you don't like their dog.
You don't say it.
Yeah.
You don't tell anyone. It's rude. Why would you tell someone you don't like their mom?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Do you have a cat now?
No. Chuck wants to save me. I don't know where I am. He blindfolded me.
Yeah, the bandana first acts as a blindfold to get you in, and then you can find the way out afterwards. Because then you can wear it. You must wear it as a bandana.
This was fun. I can't finish this.
Do you find it difficult to speak?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel crazy.
Is this the spiciest thing you've ever eaten?
Uh-huh. Who did the best at this? Who
I think my buddy Mark Borders probably did the worst.
Worse than this?
Yeah, and I don't say this to him in a disparaging way, but he was in the most, I think, affected by the chip.
Okay.
He was crying and drooling, and that's fine. That's what a person is supposed to do, how their body reacts.
Right.
I guess now I would have to say that, you ate the least amount, but you're handling it like a champ. And especially someone who doesn't like what's going on right now and never wanted to do this, never wanted to put her body through this.
So everyone else was a heat seeker.
Melissa also does not she's not a heat seeker, and she doesn't like spicy foods, but she does know a lot about chilies because she's from New Mexico.
Oh, cool.
So she came very prepared, and she had a couple glasses of milk and
Smart.
everything like that. And then, so I would say that she prepared the best, and I can't really remember how Jake did because I was also eating the chip at the time.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I watched.
Yeah.
I remember watching that.
So I can't really recall, but I know that Jake and Karen were in a lot of pain later on in the day.
You didn't tell me that this was an all-day thing.
It's up to, that's why I told you to eat first, because if you eat first,
I did eat first,
then the body, I think, is more apt to handle it for the rest of the day.
Do you think, what if I had gotten super drunk beforehand?
I think if you got super drunk beforehand, you probably would
eat the whole thing.
Yeah, and also probably just would be a little bit impervious to what's going on, even though it would still be happening.
Just like when you drink.
Yeah, if you want to come by again and drink first, I would love to have that episode.
Oh yeah, I'll come. Yeah.
I'll do that. Where do you think you're at right now in the heat zone?
I'm a little bit out of it.
Okay.
But it got my nose kind of. So
Uh-oh.
That's a whole other experience.
That's a new experience for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're making biting motions.
Am I? That
was the biggest one.
That was the biggest bite so far. You were getting through it,
If I have to stay here all day.
Someone Henry has mentioned that this is a Saw movie, so because of the torture aspect.
Oh, for sure.
Do you like scary movies since it is Halloween?
Yes, I do.
Era. It's the Halloween era.
It's the Halloween era.
It's the Halloween era
Halloween
of the year of the month. So what are some of your favorite Halloween scary movies?
I just watched The Changeling the other night.
Okay, classic.
Great. Classic film. Loved it. Rosemary's Baby is a big one for me. I can't do gore. I think that goes along with me not being a heat seeker. I can't. Yeah. I can't do gore. I can't do blood.
Okay.
Oh, here it comes.
So you're hitting another wave of the heat zone.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's coming. Weirdly, not as bad right now.
I think because your body is starting to adjust to the fact that it has it's started to accumulate for the heat, and some more heat. If anything, this is going to be your best opportunity as you go to finish that chip. But I will say that you've probably
I'm not afraid to quit.
You've done the best so far in being able to and how you've reacted to the heat zone and answering questions because you're powering through.
Thank you.
Of course.
You. Okay, I'll take that.
So are you? What sort of movies do you not like?
At all?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll watch anything. What kind of movies do I not like?
A lot of people don't like horror movies. But you do like horror movies. So I thought maybe there was something that is I'm not a rom-com type of person.
I don't really like what do I not? I don't really like a lot of violence. I don't like violence.
Right. Okay. So you mentioned you don't like blood and gore.
I don't like a lot of guys in movies.
Good luck. Hollywood
right?
is not giving those opportunities away.
Let's talk about diversity
in
Hollywood.
Can we talk about, what is it? What's the name of the thing when two women are in a scene?
Bechdel Test.
The Bechdel Test.
Yeah.
When you watch movies, are you specific? Do you look for the Bechdel Test? Yeah. So what's a movie that really passes the Bechdel Test?
Have you ever seen the Women? Is that what that's called? It's a movie where there are no men in it. No. Not even the extras are men.
No, I haven't seen that.
There's maybe one guy in the whole movie.
So then it's not all women. No.
Okay. Don't quote me.
Well, I just wish, if anything, I just wish this movie had stuck to its word and had only all women. But...
I know. Ooh. Yeah, so that passed the Bechdel test. I was watching Riverdale.
Okay.
That passes the Bechdel test, and they make a point of like mentioning the Bechdel test.
The other day I watched Hitch. Have you seen Hitch?
Oh yeah.
And I think that movie is an egregiously like sexist movie. I feel like.
Oh, we've lost 2-3 people.
They're coming in.
What do you want? Is this what you want?
For those of you that have joined perhaps since the beginning, Martha, not a heat seeker, hates spicy food, will get mild at a restaurant and think that's too hot. But this is the world's hottest chip, and she's already eaten almost half of it.
That's being generous. I think that's being generous with how much I've eaten.
Take your biggest bite.
Okay.
Wow. That's like you ate a regular chip. Like if I gave you a regular Dorito, that's a bite.
I hate that.
What does the word the sun make you think of?
The word the sun.
Yeah, your one word suggestion is the sun.
Teletubbies.
Okay.
Used to watch a lot of that show. I don't really know what it's about. It's about bears with antenna.
Uh-huh.
Television. They all live in a house together. Have you watched this show?
I know what you're talking about. Like, I mean, I don't know if I've ever sat down and watched an episode, but
wow. You're missing out. It's fun. I don't think they speak real English.
Uh-huh.
It's just noises. And there's like, I feel like I'm high.
Uh-huh.
Have people expressed this?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I feel like I'm high. Teletubbies is great. And I thought about the sun because it begins with a baby's face in the sun. Like rising.
Uh-huh.
And that's how you know the show's starting. I really would be curious to know like what the thinking was behind that show though, because it's not apparent what it's about.
Now, is this a show that is decidedly for children like under 5? Or
yeah.
is there plot points?
I don't remember.
And when did you watch it?
When I was 5.
Okay. So not past that. Not recently.
No, not recently. But I'd be interested to go back.
Uh-huh. What are your favorite shows right now? Besides Riverdale?
Just watch Mindhunter. Fun. Jonathan Groff is a national treasure.
Is he the Mindhunter?
Yes. He's also in Looking. Have you seen Looking?
No, I have never seen that.
It's a great show.
Is that the Showtime show?
It's HBO.
HBO show?
It's canceled.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, but it was great. It was all about gay men living in San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
Really well shot. Just great. It's like Sex in the City.
Okay, but for gay men.
Not even. It was better than Sex in the City. I'll say it.
Looking is better than Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Interesting. I never really saw Sex in the City personally. It's not
what?
I think, you know, at that time that show came out, you know, I was like an 18-year-old guy. And I think there's like, you know, going to be a fear of an 18-year-old guy to like, oh, am I watching a girl show?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Have you seen Seeking Heatseekers?
Is that this show?
It's this show.
Yeah.
Technically, we're watching it right now because I can see what's on the camera.
Breathing is making it worse.
Try to breathe as little as possible.
Oh, I'm in the zone.
You're in another phase of the heat zone.
I'm in the zone. It just keeps hitting me. I also feel like there's like spice dust in my throat that just keeps like.
The chip
is
update.
Not finished.
The chip update is right there. Imagine if the chip was the size of the entire casket.
Ah.
But no, that's a relief because it's not. It's not even close.
I know, but I just thought about it.
What are your, for those, almost everyone that's watching this is from LA. What are your favorite restaurants to eat at in LA? Because I like to get people's thoughts on where to eat.
Okay. Oh, I love Larchmont wine and cheese. You've been there?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you gotta go. Great sandwiches. I was like, Larchmont. That's not spicy. There's. Whew. What else? What else do I like? Where else do I eat? Everything is leaving my brain. Yeah, just keep nodding. Where else do I go? I just need a second. I got it.
We've got our first stand-up of the session. Karen had a long stand-up during her session. That's when she went to the freezer and started putting ice in her mouth.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
How did that work?
I'm telling you, it's not the best idea.
No. Why doesn't water?
Because water just spreads around the stuff that's making you feel bad right now.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I remember there was, did you ever watch Big Brother?
The show Big Brother?
Yeah.
My favorite show in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the British version?
No.
I remember I watched that show and they have a challenge where they had to eat peppers.
Ooh.
And
That would be my
one
challenge.
of them did well because they knew not to eat the seeds. And everyone else.
Oh my. You could not eat the seeds?
Yeah, they didn't tell you they didn't give you any rules, or they didn't give the contestants any rules, so one person figured it out. Or just like didn't chew the seeds or something.
Okay.
And everyone else chewed the seeds and then was like breathing really hard in and out of their mouth, and it made it like 10 times worse. So I'm using what I learned from that episode of Big Brother right now. But there are no seeds.
Yeah, the seeds have been ground into a dust.
Is that true?
Actually, I don't know. That's a good question because it's like when you put it onto a chip. That's why I think if you go on YouTube and you go to like a pepper eating challenge, watch pepper eating challenges.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I think a minor pepper there is hotter than that chip because you're eating
pepper.
Like if I think of like not a minor pepper, like ghost pepper is not a minor pepper, but I think like it's like a half as hot technically as a Carolina Reaper. And I think even though this is a Carolina Reaper chip, I think you would much rather eat this than an actual ghost pepper.
Right.
You know, I think I think the actual peppers are much hotter than like a chip and also I think like a saucy sauce.
I feel like you have to talk to make up for the fact that I can't function.
You're functioning really well considering everything. I think there might be more of a heat seeker in you than you know.
All right. I'll take it.
I've seeked the heat seeker in you. That's part of the show.
Cool.
Why
do you think people are heat seekers? What part of your brain is that?
I think it's that thrill, adrenaline part.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing about, going off. And plus, like, as a guy personally who's afraid of like heights and extreme things, like this is my opportunity to be extreme in something.
Do you want to finish this chip?
I will if you don't.
Okay.
But
do you want to split it?
I'll split it with you.
Okay. I can't look at it anymore. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
You got
I'll
that
take
too.
that.
Yeah, you got that too. So if you eat all of that, I'll eat this.
Okay. At once?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
And this would be good for me to try and ask questions while I'm in the middle of the heat zone.
Okay. Yeah. You did this once before though, right? You did this with Jake.
Yeah. And the other thing I like about it is there's a euphoric feeling for the rest of the day, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. It's like there's a heat within you that's emanating out. And you can feel it in your stomach later on. And you go, oh man, I ate something really spicy today.
It's like when you do cardio.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of cardio?
No. I try to, but then I'm tired.
Yeah. I like to go on hikes.
Nice. That's cardio.
Yeah, but I would prefer to do something that's like moving up than like running.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for maybe another one-word monologue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been crushing these so far.
You have been. You answer them. And some people can't even talk. So, your one-word suggestion is vacation.
Vacation. I took 2 vacations last year for way too long. I went traveling with my sister for a month. Too long to be out of town. I feel like if you go out of town for that long, you come back.
Yeah.
And you're like that's not, I feel like vacations have to be like 1 week or 2 weeks. A month is like, it's excessive. It felt excessive.
Yeah.
I didn't need to be gone for that long.
Where'd you go?
To Sofia, Budapest. And it was like really fast. Like we went a bunch of places it was like 3 weeks, maybe. Close to a month. But we were in like London. We went to Stockholm. We like booked it to all these different places. And it made me feel crazy. It made me go insane. Like getting on planes.
Yeah.
Or like traveling that much and like moving time zones.
What was your favorite place in that period of time?
I liked Sofia a lot. It was in Stockholm. There was an attack while I was there. That was not fun.
Wow.
Yeah. That was crazy. That didn't feel like a vacation.
Yeah.
Oh. What else? Vacation. I recently became a beach person.
Oh.
Didn't used to be.
What was the did you have a seminal moment? Did you have did you have an epiphany?
Not really. I just like learned to like swimming in the ocean because I didn't used to. And then I because I was like, I had a bad experience where I like got caught in I don't know, what do you call it when the waves are going back and you're trying to swim out?
Riptide?
No, it wasn't that bad. It was like the tide changed.
Undercurrent?
Maybe. Like the tide changed while I was trying to get back and I just kept getting slammed.
Oh yeah.
And it was
it's like that movie Castaway, you know?
Yeah.
When Tom Hanks steps on like the coral and like cuts his foot or whatever, and it like goes right through his little thing. I was
his little thing.
Yeah, his little
foot.
I'm trying to remember if it was specifically his foot or if it was his like calf, but that was like one of those images. Like, ugh! I remember being in the theater and like, ugh, no, so afraid. That's like that torture type stuff that I don't want to see because it's like it's funny because
you a horror movie guy?
Love them.
Cool. What are your faves?
Scream is my favorite movie of all time.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I decided to become a writer after I watched Scream.
Really?
Uh-huh. I thought it was so good. I mean, I was like 15 or 16 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wish I could do something like that. So that's when I started writing.
I've never heard someone pick Scream as the reason I got into writing.
Hey, y'all, that's good. You know, I want to have my specific niche of my own backstory, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good backstory. What was it about Scream that made you want to write?
Well, my mom is watching this right now, I think. So she'll be, maybe she might remember this. But Scream came out in '96. It won the MTV Movie Award. I was already like for best movie. I was already a huge horror movie fan. I'd go to Blockbuster. I'd watch everything that was a horror movie. So when Scream was like the best movie, I was like, man, this thing's going to be good. So I had hyped it up. This thing, by the way,
but
it was not out that long, I feel like. And it melted.
It was the heat.
It was the heat.
It was all the heat.
So when it came out to Blockbuster on a Tuesday, I called in to have it held. I was like, please, will you hold it?
Hold it for me.
Yeah, that's the thing that you had to do back in the day. My mom was at work. I said, Mom, can you pick that up on the way home? She said, only if you mow the lawn. The lawn was
classic.
The lawn was a mess. I took out the mower. It didn't work.
Oh, my God.
I had to go over to a neighbor's house and borrow his push mower from like the 1900s, like the early 1900s.
Was it really from the early 1900s? What is an early 1900s lawnmower?
So it's like It's just got like it's like kind of like a candy cane or like one of those barbers in the shape of a spiral, but it's all blades, and you just push it, and it cuts everything up. So I had to mow the entire lawn. It took like 8 hours to do it. My mom brought home Scream on VHS. I watched it 4 or 5 times in a row. I was just like, this is my favorite movie ever, and I stuck with that.
Cool. Okay.
So, key moments.
Yeah.
That chip is spicy.
It's spicy. You seem to be not affected at all.
I think maybe I've just built up the tolerance to the world's hottest chip. So
yeah. But
you, I think, you finished the chip. I mean, I helped you a little bit, but barely. It wasn't that big of a deal. You ate 78% of the chip.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And for someone who's decidedly not a heat seeker, I think you crushed it.
Avoider. Thank
You're a heat avoider, but now you can go around and tell people, look, I might not be a heat seeker, but I've eaten the hottest chip in the world.
I'll have an answer when people ask me if I'm a heat seeker now.
Yeah. And if you don't want to speak to them verbally, you can tell them with the bandana you're wearing.
Oh, boy.
You can tell them with
this is so cool.
Temporary tattoo that you've got on your arm.
Or a real tattoo.
I've been telling everyone who gets this, you can get a real version of this tattoo if you like.
I'd like to shout out to Chuck, who told me to stop.
Chuck said, don't do it. Chuck was wrong. And you got some stickers here.
Oh, man. I love this.
I think there's one more pack of stickers around here, but... Oh, here. Wait, no. Wait. Is it? Where'd they all go?
Gave them away.
Who really wants stickers?
Wow, shout out to my haters.
Shout out to the haters. The Martha, the non-heat seeker, you handled it very well.
Thank you.
You didn't freak out. You didn't cry. You didn't,
I cried a little.
Cried a little bit. You didn't drool. Oh, you've only used the popsicle as a ice pack so far.
Yeah, I didn't even put anything. I didn't even eat anything else.
Yeah, no water, no milk.
I'm gonna be riding this wave for
You
weeks.
are. You're gonna feel good for the rest of the day.
We got 2 left. 3.
Well, it's a very long show, but
we've been doing this for 42 minutes.
People will be watching afterwards. That way they can basically skip through the parts that they want to see, which I think is how anyone watches anything these days, but especially something that's 43 minutes long. So
yeah,
totally fair. Martha, you went into the heat zone. You came out a champion.
Thank you.
Yes,
I feel great.
You feel
great. I feel
great.
the heat in my stomach. I feel the heat.
You feel the heat.
I feel the heat.
I'm telling you, it's going to feel, if you ride that wave of positivity, you're going to like that feeling of heat inside of your stomach. Do you want anyone to follow you on Instagram or anything?
I don't have one.
There you go. No Instagram. But do check out Fashion Show at Lunch.
Fashion Show Improv.
At Fashion Show Improv, you got Fashion Show at Lunch presents Cafeteria in the Inner Sanctum.
Tonight, 9 p.m.
Tonight at 9 p.m. at the Inner Sanctum. Go see Martha, where she will be maybe feeling okay.
Maybe puking on stage. Maybe doing the best improv of my life.
Go to Fashion Show at Lunch tonight so that you can find out how Martha handled the rest of her day.
Yeah,
okay?
I will be talking about it if you want to ask me any questions.
Thank you.
Interrupt the set at any point.
Thank you so much for coming along and facing your fears and seeking the heat.
Hey, thanks for having me. This was a blast. This
has been Seeking Heatseekers. We'll be back with another episode on Halloween, maybe. That's it. Share this with some people so that PAQUI sends me more chips or, pays me.